Shalom, everyone. This is Outcast for Christ Ministries with another prophetic and Hebraic message. This is a biblical nugget and a biblical mystery unlocked. God has given the stars as a sign and a wonder. The 12 zodiac signs are connected to the 12 tribes of Israel. The word Mazzaroth means constellations in Hebrew, which is written in the Bible. Everyone has their own star, for there are too many to count. Look up supernovas, the year you were born. You may even have a mole or a birthmark that resembles your star, hence the term star seeds. God told Abraham to look up into the stars and to count them, and that they would be of his lineage. The star of Jesus Christ was not only shining brightly in the east, it was hanging lower than all of the other stars, symbolizing the Spirit of God descending to earth and manifesting in physical form. Not only does this have a spiritual meaning, but a physical one as well. The three magi deciphered the meaning of the star shining bright in the east, symbolizing the birth of Christ. The three wise men, finger quote, wise, were wise because they were astronomers and astrologers, understanding and having the ability to decipher the message and meaning behind the stars. Such insight and knowledge is largely frowned upon in the church community. However, do not call what God has created bad, for it is Satan who comes to distort God's truth, mocking his ways in order to lead people away from God through idolatry and misusing their gifts. This is how so many witches and warlocks are led astray from spiritualism into witchcraft, because there is a very thin line between priesthood and witchcraft. The duality, the balance, the battle of good versus evil. The determining factor is the source of power. If Satan is able to lead you astray by being deceptive with the source of power, your gifts and your spiritual abilities that you're operating through, then it's him that can get the credit for what you are doing in his honor. God is the one who created the constellations, but it is Satan who masquerades around as an angel of light. And he does this in an attempt to steal God's glory. And he is the one that said in his heart that I will ascend to the heights of heaven and I will be like the Most High. God said, when you look up into the stars, do not be dismayed by them as the heathens do, for I have given them to you because I am the Lord your God. God is not the universe. He created the universe as a compass, as a clock, and as a blueprint. So therefore, give credit back to the Most High God, the one and only infinite creator, Yahuwah, who is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, I would also like to say that this following message may not be for everyone, but those who are transitioning through the spiritual seasons will understand. Those who have ears to hear shall hear. We are now into the season of Aquarius, associated with the tribe of Asher. It's the 11th month on the Hebrew calendar, and it is called Shevat. The stone that is associated with this month is citrine, and the tribe of Asher is associated with blessings and happiness. The name Asher actually means blessings. Asher was the 8th son of Jacob, who was given the most amount of fertile land, which produced an abundance of olive trees. It takes olive trees at least up to 3 years to produce. The process takes so long because it has to maximize in maturity. The same way a lot of people had to maximize in maturity before you could be blessed and walk into the promised land. You should start seeing signs and glimpses of it now. In the cold season, while everything appears dead, you are working behind the scenes, getting ready for what's ahead. We have just come out of Aquarius season. We are in Aquarius season now. We've just come into Aquarius season, but we have just left and exited Capricorn season. Some people may have thought that they were going through some kind of New Year's resolution, but it's really being in alignment with God's perfect will, working behind the scenes. Capricorns are known for their ethic, their work ethic, and their dedicated nature. So in that season, you were probably doing the same thing. Now that we're in Aquarius season, you're probably feeling your energy become light, less weighed down, beginning to feel stress-free. Aquarius is an air sign, so therefore you should be feeling a breeze, some fresh air. These are some attributes that are associated with the tribe of Asher: happiness, blessings, good fortune, and balance, harmony. Also in the season, some people may be thinking outside of the box because that's associated with Aquariuses. Innovative, creative, geniuses, innovators, trailblazers, free spirited, and full of spiritual knowledge and wisdom, which is being poured out in this season, and that is symbolized by the water bearer. The humanitarians, the rebels, considered the most intelligent of all the zodiac signs. And as you look here on the chart, the tribe of Asher also means Elohim has given me my wages. This is another meaning behind the name Asher. Elohim has given me my wages. So you have come out of a really hard, pruning, cold season, and you're about to be blessed for it. If you look here, their symbol is an olive tree, and look at all of this oil that is spewing onto the ground. This symbolizes their abundance. You had to go through a crushing, the same way this tree had to go through a crushing in order to produce this oil. And you had to go through a crushing as well in order to receive the blessings that you are about to receive. There are some people that still feel like they're in the wilderness because we're in a dry season where things look dead. That's associated with this season of winter. The physical seasons match the spiritual seasons that one goes through in life. Things will appear dead on the surface level, but underneath things are very much thriving. Twigs have broken off, lack of leaves due to brutal winds. And if you look here, the tribe of Asher lines up with Aquarius, the 11th month of Shevat. It's been a very harsh and cold season for a lot of people, and it may have come all of a sudden, but it's for your greater good, the crushing that your tree had to go through. And if you look here in the Bible verse, John 15, verse 5, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So this is pretty much what you had to go through, the pressure to produce something great. Even though trees in the winter appear dead, the cold pressure produces the sap to flow in the same way pressure and crushing produces the anointing oil from an olive, which also comes from a tree. You have gone through a lot of personal hardships, closing the door, making certain things a final chapter in your life. Rather, it's people, places, circumstances, certain habits, and old ways of thinking, breaking out of cycles. As you can see here, an increased rise in temperature up to 32 degrees Fahrenheit causes the tree to go through pressure, which allows the sap to flow. The pressure, the anointing, the crushing that one has to go through in order to receive their abundance. So this is the season that we are now coming out of, a pruning season, and you're now about to walk into the promised land, the land that's flowing with milk and honey, the land of Jireh. And I also wanted to point out, be mindful of your emotions this week. The next full moon is on the 25th. So all this week, your emotions are probably going to be at an all-time high because the moon and its gravitational pull will affect water, not only oceans and rivers, but the water inside of you. The body is 70% water. So have you ever heard the expression, it's a full moon outside, so people must be acting crazy? Well, that has some truth to it because the gravitational pull of the full moon is bringing repressed emotions to the surface. Things that people do not want to deal with, the unavoidable, things that people are trying to avoid are going to have to be dealt with so that they can move into the new, so that they can walk into the new. Things have to be processed in order. The first new moon of this year occurred on January the 11th. That's 111. Those who know what that is will catch it in the spirit. That was the first new moon of the year where one breaks out of a cycle and morphs into an infinity, a loop of balance, of harmony. So this is another chart explaining how the gravitational pull affects the water, not just in the earth, but in your body as well. So with that being said, you may feel some anxiety, some frustration. Just be mindful of your emotions. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. May Yahuwah watch over us. May he bless us as we walk into this promised land. May the blessings of Abraham fall down upon us. May we walk up into the land of Jireh that is flowing with milk and honey. Be blessed, everyone. This is Outcast for Christ Ministries with another prophetic and Hebraic message.